listening to Arts on the Air, a bi-weekly-ish interview show dedicated to Savannah, Georgia's artists, musicians, and authors. Each episode will feature a guest in conversation about their philosophy, practice, and current projects, as well as their thoughts on the state of the arts in our community. Our theme music is a clip by Jose Ray, made specifically for our show. Hi, this is Kate Stanton Melendez, and last week I had the pleasure of sitting down with Nono Flores, a local illustrator. You can find Nono at Chateau Nono, an open studio inside One for the Road in the Starland District. That's located at 101 West 41st Street. Pick up some artwork, check out gifts in retail, or walk in to get your live portrait done during select weekend hours. They're open Tuesday to Saturday from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Sundays from 12 to 6 p.m.
But I'm Nono.
And, introduce yourself, friend.
My name is Nono, and well, I guess I found myself in doing what I do, kind of casually. I guess I moved to Savannah for SCAD, which I had planned to go to for a long time, actually. I was a very artistic kid. I did a lot of, my parents let me do after-school, painting classes with a woman who I just actually got to, connect with on Instagram and stuff. Carol Araby, my first, art teacher when I was a kid. And I had a school, elementary school art teacher also signed me up for mail from SCAD because she knew someone that had been there a long time ago. And so it was just, on my radar. And I loved all kinds of art. Did a lot of, painting. A lot of painting chickens for my family. I'm from Louisiana. Every Southern woman wants a rooster painting in their kitchen,
My mom she's from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. There were a lot of roosters and chickens in her kitchen.
The kitchen is a farm. Yeah. And so I did a lot of painting chickens. And I was always so stubborn about I really wanted to paint with oil because I loved the thickness, which is not what I do now really, but they don't let children use oil paint. So I was mixing in whatever to the acrylics that they gave me, which is really fun. And then in high school, I kind of got into other kinds of art, and I ended up pursuing film in my first year of SCAD. Just love art, I worked on a couple little productions and things, and I was slowly realizing that I didn't like group projects that much. And I had a friend prompt me one day at a coffee shop that I worked at all through college after work one day if I'd ever done blind contour. Which, have you done blind contour?
I'm assuming you just close your eyes and try
Okay, kind
your
of
best.
the opposite. It's where you look at what you're drawing but not the page at all. So you can't see what is actually... You look at the person you're drawing.
That makes way more sense. Yes, right. I think that's what I was trying to guess.
Yeah. It's I actually, a couple friends of mine recently also switched it around and did some drawings of things without looking at the page. And I'm like, okay, I mean, kind of. Or it's something in between there. But I did a drawing of my friend without looking at what I was doing, just looking at him. And it came out pretty funny and looking a lot like him. And so I started doing it a lot as a party trick. And they were really silly, but I don't know, you just got in the habit of doing that all the time. And then I started drawing from life like that, or somewhere in between. I look at the page maybe half the time, but it's it's definitely the process. It's a hand-eye coordination thing. Drawing, moving your pen while you're moving your eye and stuff.
That's cool.
And that kind of just made me draw all the time and keep a sketch with me all the time. And after a while, I started getting asked to do work like that locally and had to really decide if I was going to switch my major and study illustration, which I did.
What was your major originally?
Film and TV.
Oh,
yeah.
Of course.
Well, I went through a lot of things. I did film and TV and dramatic writing, just writing for TV, and some art history. I love art, and it just ended up the right thing. I mean, the easiest thing for me. I was drawing in film class. I was, keeping a sketchbook no matter what. So it, the most natural version of it all became just my job eventually, which is really nice. And like after a year after school, I quit the coffee shop and have just been doing full-time freelance illustration until, I guess, last year when I opened up a store also.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Aw, good for you.
Thank you.
You made it.
Yeah, definitely.
And like so quick too. Usually there's like a much bigger gap after like
Sure.
school and like full-time artist.
Right. I draw a lot. I feel like it speeds things up a bit.
Well, so you have all kinds of prints. You do live events. You can
Yes.
like book you for parties.
Yeah, I do portraits of people at parties mostly. So I sit and I draw someone in about 2 minutes, and then they get a little piece to take home.
That's cool. 2 minutes?
Yeah.
What's the fastest you've ever done?
I mean, I can definitely do some few seconds of a drawing of someone. I think it's very rewarding to be able to capture someone's likeness in like very few lines. I've added more lines, I think, even since I started, but that's the root of it, definitely.
That's cool. And you've done a bunch of restaurants that here locally. You've done the Gray. You've got the Thompson Hotel. How do people find you? Just Instagram, website?
I think I just draw in public a lot. I'm drawing from life, and so that means being out somewhere and drawing what I see. So I think by being at restaurants and drawing, it all just kind of works out that people find out about it. I've had actually a few times recently, some SCAD students come in here to talk to me about what to do, and I feel like part of just the advice I keep telling them is like, you gotta be the artist people know. When someone needs art, needs illustration specifically, someone's working on a menu or a new brand or something, if you're the one they know, helps a lot.
That's true. Right. I forgot about menus. You've done a bunch of those locally.
Yes, I love doing a menu. Well, I like drawing at restaurants a lot because, well, it's fun. I feel like people who are working at bars or restaurants often return to the same couple poses, which is really nice for if you're live drawing. Someone will be back cutting fennel in one spot, and so you can continue a drawing as opposed to people walking around outside or something. I just love to draw people at work. It just all worked out.
What's your earliest memory of art?
I feel like they've been kind of placed. I don't know if it's authentic. My parents have told me a lot of stories about me drawing. My mom has a copy of my self-portrait from pre-K that she was called home. I got a call home about because I had put a monogrammed dress on me and a bow and little shoes, or they were expecting the little like the head with the two arms, the two legs sticking out, you know, the like little potato kind of figure. And my monogrammed dress, they were like, we just want to tell you something's going on here. And no, it's really sweet. Oh, in elementary art class, I hated for a little while being like one little art kid because at a time my teacher made me go sit at a table all alone on my own to focus on my craft. And it's like, you're alienating me.
As a kid, you're like, oh no, don't make me different.
Right.
But like the adult was just trying to help.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
Like, oh, this is
I'm
a
like,
thing.
okay, I can draw my glass jar on my own, I guess. It's crazy. Oh my god, there's so many funny memories thinking back to then. Because I remember another time a kid came up to me when I was a child and asked me to draw anything, on a piece of paper, and I drew a fairy. And then I signed it, which I was always told to sign my work. Like, people love to tell an artist to sign their work, even when it's like a little scrap of something. And as soon as I did, this kid didn't want it anymore. Rude. He was like, he was trying to lie and say that he drew it. And it really shook me up. I like remember that now. I'm like, okay.
People
I'm going to be signing.
They've been plagiarizing your work since you were 12.
I don't think anyone would have believed him that he drew that fairy. I need to bring more fairies into my art currently.
I think we could all use some whimsy these days.
Definitely.
Fairy is good.
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Oh, it changes so much. Kind of a brightish pale blue. Be like the walls in here, which are the color Early September by Bear. And but I also love in nature, in life, to see like when red bricks have like sunset light on them, that like bright orange. That's my favorite. Specifically, the Wells Fargo downtown at like 5 p.m. It's the best color. Yeah.
That is not overly specific at all.
You gotta check it out.
I will swing by someone else's bank at 5 p.m.
It's beautiful. It's on Bull Street.
I like a girl that knows what she likes.
Exactly.
It's great. Do you do tons of house portraits too?
I draw a lot of buildings because it's pretty. And people do want their houses drawn. So I do it sometimes. But my preference is always to draw from life as opposed to from a photo. So there's always a push and pull there. But I do. I did quite a few house drawings yesterday.
What's the strangest request you've gotten recently?
Recently, at a wedding I worked at, this was the end of the night, doing portraits of people, and I have to make it pretty strict that I don't draw from a photo at events like that. Sure. Because it's suddenly I'm looking at a phone and it's weird, as opposed to talking to people and drawing them. But it was kind of quiet, and this couple was like, okay, we have a request. Could you draw a golden retriever and our baby? And I was like, okay, sure. They wanted their baby and their dog weren't there. I was like, okay, let me see a photo. They're like, he's just like a normal golden retriever. I was like, I do want to see him. I need to see a picture. I'm not going to just draw a generic golden retriever. And then it's like, okay, the baby. And then they're like, oh, well, the baby's not born yet. I'm like,
that's
what?
Weird. That's very weird.
She was pregnant and they wanted me to draw their baby with them. And I did. I drew a baby. I made it up.
Like looked at the parents and like guessed what it would look like.
Babies are pretty generic looking, and I have simple line drawings, So I was like big eyes, little nose, and I asked him, I was like, "Do you think your baby's gonna have hair or be bald?"
How do you even guess
hair? I gave the baby like some side swept blonde hair. They were both blonde, the parents, and like a puffy sleeved dress.
Adorable.
I don't know.
That's cute.
I had to do something. I'm shocked that I did it, honestly. But what do you do? I don't know.
Well, and like the pressure of having them sit across from you, like, let's do an unborn baby. Like,
right.
What do you even say to that aside from okay?
Have you heard of the Etsy witches that draw your soulmate?
No.
I mentioned this to this couple too, because I was like, I feel like the Etsy witches, but there's these people. My friend has bought one before. It didn't end up seeming correct, but there's witches on Etsy that will draw, you pay, and they will draw you your soulmate, who you have yet to meet, so that you can, look out for them. So I felt like that, drawing their baby.
I don't have a response.
Yeah. That's cool.
That is cool. I guess I will have to look into Etsy
Maybe I need
witches.
to offer that service here.
I don't see why not.
Right?
Apparently you nailed the baby dog situation.
Exactly. That's cool.
List a couple projects that you've done recently, how people know you. Because having a talk show about art that you can't see is weird.
Sure, yeah. What are the projects I've done recently?
You're all over.
Over the summer, I did a series with Hotel Bardot where I was just next to their pool every other weekend drawing people, which is really cool, fun job to have.
That is cool.
Just hang out outside. And yeah, that was great. Especially I got to meet a lot of people who were like visiting town. I mean, so many people who are just, tourists or here for a conference and stuff. And it's nice to be able to like direct them towards the cool Savannah stuff.
I saw that on Instagram and I forgot all about that. That was cool.
It was really nice. And
what did they use it for?
When I was doing portraits of their guests.
So just like takeaways.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a very luxurious experience there. It was very cool. I was like going around drawing people. Someone's going around being like, do like carrot and ginger juice and mineral sunscreen. It's awesome.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I love that.
funny. And what else have I been working on? I'm trying to do a lot more developing stuff here, making new products and stuff. Put my drawings on things. Working on mugs.
That's cool.
Got t-shirts. What else? I work with Barista Magazine a lot.
That's fun.
Yeah, I originally intended to be primarily an editorial illustrator, especially like after school. But the local-based stuff has been really more fun and more relevant in my life now than drawing something for a magazine. So I get to draw what I see, which is my favorite thing. You know? Yesterday, did a lot of drawings downtown for these new product things. We'll see what happens.
You look skeptical.
Oh, it's just, I guess I have a hard time sometimes making art for the sake of selling it, you know?
Reasonable.
And so I have to find where my way into making it make sense for me. So drawing my sketchbook is natural. So I can always make prints or put a drawing for my sketchbook on something.
What is your sales breakdown as the year has gone on and the economy's been like a little strange? Have you seen your sales shift at all? Are you like mostly a live illustrator? Are you mostly like a printmaker? Are you what's your breakdown?
Definitely live event illustrator. I guess this space that we're in, my store, has been open for a year as of last month. And before that, I was just freelance from home, and it changed significantly my business to be just public so that people can stumble across my work and remember that they want something later, come back, whatever. But I think that live portraits, live drawing, I do observational drawings at events too, where I'll do a little collection of essentially sketchbook pages of a wedding reception or things like that. And I think that with people able to generate images themselves that aren't so great, I think that being able to see someone draw in person and make something truly in a minute, I think it really affects people.
Yeah, it's so cool. I bet you do tons of weddings. I bet you do like tons of birthday parties.
Yeah,
like, what's
really
the weirdest
fun.
thing you've been booked for?
I guess I do a lot of like corporate events too, where people have all branches from all over, whatever, come to Savannah, Georgia. And say the funniest was probably the door security system guys that make like the kind of things that scan you when you walk into a big department store. They were just not the most interested in art. So I was just sitting there like, hey guys, do you want to get drawn? They're all in light blue polos or dark blue polo. And it was a funny experience. Ultimately, they got into it enough. And we're like, I'm going to give this to my wife. Like, perfect. She would love that.
It's like big, like husky guys that look scary because they're in security.
Like,
that are
why
like,
would I get a drawing? Like, oh, I don't know. Most people want to. It's silly.
huh, I love that.
Yeah, some people take a little convincing. And people think it's going to be... They don't know what this is all about. They think I might do offensive caricature that they don't want to see, you know.
That's
but I don't
true.
do that.
No, your stuff is always so cute and sweet.
Thank you.
Like happy.
Yeah, I specifically looked up the like caricature definition strictly to be like, when people ask me if I do caricature, I'm like, do I at all? And it specifically means like to exaggerate. And I think I'm simplifying as opposed to exaggerating. So just not caricature.
No, I mean, you don't want to be like at a fair or in Disney World
Sure.
and have like a caricature done. That would be so awkward to sit for, but like sitting for you would be so easy.
Sure, it's different. I've gotten caricatures done of me sometimes and drawn the person who's drawing me, which is really fun. I think it's all cool, but I have to tell people, don't be scared. So get scared.
What's your favorite materials? What pens are you using? What inks are you using?
For my sketchbook, I use the Uniball Air, which I have out right now. It puts out a lot of, the ink flows really well, and I like to move fast and have a really solid line, so I like it a lot. But for portraits, I always use a micron because they dry instantly.
Reasonable.
Yeah, when I started keeping a sketchbook and doing all this many years ago, I was using the Micron 05, and I've gotten up to 08 or 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm getting very thick now. I like to really, have a presence on the page.
Have you learned anything recently, tips and tricks with materials, or is there something you're experimenting with?
I'm definitely trying to use more bottles of ink and dipping things. I really like bamboo, a bamboo ink reed. Have you seen this? I have some, but it's a piece of bamboo that's carved in a way that picks up ink, and it comes out really chunky and cool.
That is cool. How do we describe what we're looking at?
It's a stick of bamboo that was carved to hold ink in it.
Yeah, it's just a central...
It's very simple.
Yeah,
But as opposed to a metal nib, which I kind of tear through a page. I have a very heavy hand, so the delicate things are not necessarily for me. I love using oil sticks lately, too. I have these really chunky oil paint that's compressed into a stick, so you can draw with that as well.
I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, I use them up on some of these pieces you'll see around the room where I am essentially drawing with paint.
That's cool.
I feel like I approach everything drawing with it, even if it is paint. Even with a brush. I use a lot of house paint also.
Yeah?
Yeah, from doing murals, I end up with so much house paint. And yeah, they're all over.
You did Scad's Garage recently?
I did, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, when you asked about recent projects, I did in Savannah 2 restrooms at the Scad Fashion Building.
That's cool.
Before the start of this school year. And they wanted fashion illustration in the fashion building, which was originally pretty intimidating to me to figure out because I dabble in sewing a little bit, but I'm not a designer. And to design, when I was trying to come up with this illustration, I was like, am I designing a collection to put on the walls of the fashion building? I was really messing with my brain. And eventually I came to the idea of drawing from life, drawing these past SCAD fashion students' projects.
Cool.
Because SCAD is able to have that on their walls. I didn't want to copyright any real old fashion or something too. There's so many things to think about with illustrating that you can't take images that you don't own and draw them because that's not yours to use.
That's fair.
But by doing drawings of SCAD work, that can go on SCAD building. So I went through and picked some of the last runway looks that I loved and did drawings of those. And essentially from my paper, that's exactly what's on the walls. I just kind of use a projector and just transfer it on there, which is really fun.
That is fun. And no measuring, no math.
Yeah, I love that.
That simplifies. That's great.
Right. And then after that, they wanted me to do ones in Atlanta as well. And I had to hire a lot more help to do those because it was about 1,800 square feet in 4 days.
Whoa.
Right? It's 10 walls that were about 11 feet tall and then 2 half walls too.
Where was that?
This is the entire lower deck of their parking garage that you have to... SCAD Atlanta is very different from here. It's all condensed into essentially 1 or 2 buildings.
I've been,
Right.
But it's been 15 years.
Sure, yes, you got it.
Yep. They once stole my driver's license.
Crazy.
For years to go look at their
fashion. It's really
fashion.
confusing there. And so, and there were about a month out from opening a new exhibit at the Fashion Museum there, and so they wanted it to be a little easier to navigate. And I found more interesting in a parking deck, so now there's tons and tons of fashion illustrations that I did in there. And I had 3 people helping me, which is amazing. No, 4 people.
How did you find them? Through Scat Atlanta?
I had my husband helped, and he also studied illustration with me, and he kind of managed everyone else, which was great because I couldn't do a lot of the delegating when I needed to put all of the lines on the wall. A friend of mine who helped with the first mural helped me with this too, and then I posted online asking for Atlanta-based help and ended up having an old coworker of mine reach out, which was amazing, and she's a great painter. And then one of the students whose work I drew in the first mural, one of the fashion students, found me and ended up helping on the project too.
That's so fun.
It's really cool because she could tell me all about all of the work that we were drawing too on the walls. So fun to have that insight.
Did you learn anything about fashion that day?
I learned a lot about the, I guess, fashion school. It's interesting. It's way more cutthroat than illustration school, that's for sure. They like cut up each other's garments if you leave it unoccupied.
No.
Yeah, they're sabotage. It's crazy. Illustration's nothing like that. I could have done for a little more intensity, I'd say. I think it's kind of fun, the idea of like, I don't want anyone cutting up my drawings, definitely, but something about that culture seems cool. It's very like old school, art school to me.
All I see is Tyra Banks yelling at me.
Right. Kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's an experience.
Definitely. Yeah, it was great. And we did it. I truly used up every minute that we planned to be there, but we did it in 4 days. So glad. I had to make a like color by number essentially of the color I wanted on the walls for them. So we were going in with chalk and circling the color spots that I planned and numbering them so that they could go in and fill that so that I could draw on top of it.
Very
it's crazy.
Smart. Very smart.
Yeah, I'd not had to make up that method before, but it worked. So maybe I'll do it again.
Now, you've been in Savannah almost 10 years.
That's right.
So you've seen a lot. What do you think has changed in the arts community?
Well, I mean, being a Starland business owner, I feel like it's pretty relevant how much this has changed. I mean, when I first moved here, I was, as a freshman SCAD, going to First Friday Art March, which was just stencil for studios and not really, like, there wasn't that much right around here. But I feel like I've been along for the ride the whole time, you know? Starland Yard was my favorite parking lot to go to Graveface. It's a secret hack. No longer. It's okay, I still find parking. But it's just changed, I mean, significantly. There was nothing and now there's so much.
It's true, especially in this area.
Exactly, yeah.
Where do you see it going in the next 5 years? Where do you see, like, this community shifting? Do you see anything changing, or...
I feel like it's just gonna get wider, right? We're just gonna get bigger. I would love to move to a bigger space myself eventually. So maybe another artist can move into here and we just keep going, you know? I think that would happen if I were to move out of this space, ideally. Someone who makes art would be in here.
I think that's the best part of Starland. Hopefully we just keep seeing Starland grow and grow.
Exactly.
And the tourists are finally coming down here, so I wonder how that's going to shift the, like, art galleries and studios.
Yeah, it's funny. They seem to like it. I talk to them all the time, every day. That's good.
Do you mostly do work for locals or tourists? What's a breakdown?
I probably mostly draw tourists because of even doing events. It's mostly out of town people at these things, so it's I'd say significant 60-40.
Yeah, I mean, Savannah's supposed to be one of the biggest art towns in the country. That's why people show up. So It's nice to see him down here.
Definitely.
Changing the landscape of the neighborhood, seeing everybody move a little bit further back. I love that.
It's really fun that the locals that I do draw who come back for more drawings are like my favorites. There's some people who I've drawn through just first few dates to first kid and have updated portraits for all of this stuff. You know, it's really sweet.
That's so cute. Gallery shows. Do you focus on this room? Do you have an upcoming show? Do you have something to pitch?
No, I haven't done gallery work in a really long time, actually. I have a few projects that I'm excited to make, but really keeping up with events and having a store mean that I don't do a lot of work that wouldn't be immediately put in here, you know. I have stuff I want to work on, but it's going to take a couple months. And last time I did some gallery stuff was probably 4 years ago.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Mostly in Illustrator, you know.
Fair. I'm so gallery based, so I'm biased.
Right.
I want to see like big stuff, you know.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
I would love to go through all of this is full. I've about 30. How would you estimate that?
Oh my, yeah, that's
full sketchbooks here,
lot.
But this is a fraction of what I have. There's more at home, and I would love to go through them and really frame some stuff and come up with a way to look at it for people in the future. But for now, they're closed on my shelf. I'm actually getting a custom shelf built for in here in the next couple months that will have some drawers that perfectly fit my cans of paint so that I don't have to take all of them down from my one big pile to find a color. And
fancy.
Shelves the exact height of my sketchbooks, so it'll be very cool.
Yeah, you seem to have a theme. You really like this one type, brand, and size of sketchbook.
Yes, I think I switched to, I use the Moleskine watercolor notebook. There's it's not a very common one. I feel like I buy the two that Blick orders every time that they get them, but I like really heavyweight toothy paper to feel it, definitely.
And that's small. I mean, what size are we looking at here?
It is about 8.5, a little under 8.5 inches tall, and each page is I think about 5 inches wide, so 8 by 10, essentially. And when it's open, I used to use spiral bound ones, but I like having the full spread now of something that's like bound in the middle.
I love that.
The whole thing.
So cute.
Thanks. I've actually had to draw, I just drew your podcast microphone, so y'all know. And I have had to draw a few of them actually because I've worked doing illustrations for a podcast for 5 years now, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I do an illustration for podcast Presentation Thinking, which is about presenting things. They're some friends of mine who have a company where they make beautiful PowerPoints and presentations for other companies, and then they have a podcast talking about presenting and TED Talks and whatever. But I just submitted yesterday, episode 188.
Whoa!
Yeah, I've done art for nearly every episode.
That's a lot.
Crazy. Yeah, every week for 188 weeks.
No pressure.
That's great. But I've drawn a microphone for them quite a few times.
I mean, the microphone I'm looking at is great.
Thank you. Luckily, it was here in front of me, so could draw anything I can look at.
I like the Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, yeah.
That we've got going on here.
And I do have a board for my inspiration, more so, or personal things in the studio. It's funny when people do come in and they want to look at my personal collection of books and things more than the prints that are for sale. But it's sweet. Like, that's what I'm here for, too. If someone wants to pull out a book and sit in the comfy chair, it can be that kind of place, too. Just sweet.
I'm looking at Jeffrey Dahmer book and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. There's
Jeffrey
so much
Dahmer
more.
book. Oh, no.
Oh, I can't read.
Daumier, the French caricaturist.
Wait, that's so better. That's so much better. All right.
That's scary.
I saw what I wanted to see. I'm a true crime gal.
Yes. That's funny.
I didn't read anything else.
Maybe I need to worry about that. Does it really look like Dahmer to people? Probably.
I mean, yeah, I skipped an eye real easy there.
That's funny. Okay, good to know.
Okay, well, that says more about me than I want it to.
That's funny.
Would you consider going back and working for SCAD? Have you ever considered going through that route since you're still in town?
I do love living here. It's a great way for artists to live in Savannah, definitely. But I don't think I'm qualified yet, really. I would want to maybe ask me in like 15 years, but I feel like you need to have really been in the industry for a really long time. I'm 5 years out of school now.
You don't have the teaching bug? Not yet?
I think I'd be mean. I don't know.
You do not have a mean bone in your body, and I've only been here for half hour. What are you talking about?
I find that a lot of young illustrators need to have some like sense snapped into them and be told to really draw. A lot of people don't like to draw when they're studying art. And I don't know if I would have it in me to do it quite right, you know?
Do you mean like people prefer jumping to paint versus like sketching it out?
Oh, no. I mean that a lot of art students don't really draw like in their daily life. They don't keep a sketchbook or don't draw unless they're told to do a project, you know?
Oh, that's weird.
You have to... I think that when going into art school, someone should have really done a lot of drawing and work on their own before they even get there, you know? And yeah, some people are just stubborn. I'm a little stubborn, but it all worked out.
What was your minor in?
I did not get to have a minor because, well, I spent time studying film that took up all of my electives, but the track for calling it a minor didn't work with what I had taken. So,
reasonable.
Yeah.
I had something very comparable happen with like teaching art.
Oh, yeah.
Like for elementary school
Cool,
children.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would like that, I think, more than teaching
Adults.
Adults, yeah, I think so. I've done some private lessons, and it's so different when with something like that, where someone like really wants to be taught how to draw and how to see. Yeah. And it's, I guess, I don't want to, it's not like, I feel like it's a little shady to tell you about these things, but it was just true in art school that there was a time we had a project that a friend of mine, who's a professor who I was in one of his first classes that he taught at SCAD after moving here from teaching, I think, at FIT. And he had a project where we were going to make a whole thing based on what we draw in our sketchbooks naturally. What we like to, whatever we're drawing on our own naturally in our sketchbooks, we're going to make something bigger based on that. And I had a classmate break down in tears because the question of what do you draw was nothing.
Oh, no.
What do you draw in your sketchbook? I don't. And it's, kind of crazy to find yourself in that position.
I wonder what they ended up graduating with. Because if they don't have a sketchbook, like, they probably picked a separate path.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can make your way through.
Well, I mean, if you're a film student, do you have a sketchbook oftentimes? Like, maybe not. Maybe.
I did, definitely.
Clearly, yeah.
Right.
All right, so we are in Chateau Nono.
Yes.
How'd you come up with that name?
Well, yes, Nono is my name.
Sure.
I considered a lot of Nono studio, whatever kind of things, but I like the sound of Chateau Nono. I've been told I draw in French a little bit, but there's a European sensibility to my line work. I love France. I've spent some time in chateaus, and it all just kind of sounded right.
It's very cute.
Thank you.
This is a beautiful room.
I didn't originally even want to have a store. I was asked by Marguerite, who runs One for the Road here, if I wanted to, when the space became available. And it was just a crazy, the like 2 nights after she had asked me, I was going insane. Just like, am I gonna have a store? I don't know how to do that. But then thinking about paint color and stuff was getting me so excited that I went for it, and I'm very glad I did.
Some things are just meant to be, and you're here almost every day a week, right?
When I opened, so we all run our store, we keep the same hours, and until very recently, I didn't employ anyone, and so I was here 6 days a week, and it was crazy. For, I think, about 7 months I was here 6 days a week, and I got a lot of work done, and it was great, but I've been very happy to get a couple more days off. So I hired my assistant, Brett, about 3 months ago. It's very nice. So he helps me print more stuff and come up with ideas for things. It's great. He'll be here today.
Yay, and you get to take vacations.
Exactly.
Yay, you get to have sick days.
Yeah, I mean, I have not had vacation in a long time, definitely, but some upcoming soon. In January, we close all of the shops in here for a whole week. I'm going to Lisbon.
Fun! Oh, I can't wait to see what work comes out of that.
I'm so excited, definitely. Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, it's so beautiful. Really excited. I love travel drawing, and I feel like I get to have some great experiences when I'm traveling because of keeping a sketchbook. I get to meet people at the restaurants we go to or whatever. The like a server in France who might be rude to us when we sit down is won over by seeing a drawing of themselves, and yeah, it's like a, I don't know, passport. It's really sweet.
Very cool.
And my husband is also getting ready to do some like live painting while we're in Lisbon as well. He's been kind of warming up again to more plein air stuff because it's been a while. So we went on Monday, we went to Bonaventure and both painted and drew things that we were looking at there. It was just very fun. Those are the best days.
Cute date.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, who is your favorite artist in town? Who is your favorite painter or like illustrator in real life? What's your jam?
My favorite, well, most like aspirational favorite artist would be probably David Hockney. Does beautiful portraits from life, beautiful drawings of, he uses way more color than I ever do. So I know that it's funny to see my black and white ink work and see that, but I think he gets it. I got to see in London a few years ago, the National Portrait Gallery had a whole collection of just specifically his drawings from life, and they were sectioned off by room, by subject. So one room was all drawings of one specific friend of his, and that just really resonates with something. That's a way I think would work to look at my art as well. I have a ton of drawings of my friend Val that could fill a whole room, or of my husband Sterling, and it's, I think, very interesting to see someone through the years on paper. Very cool.
That would be such a neat thing to do as like an exhibition. Just find all of them and line them all up.
I just wonder how, I've thought about even a zine of all drawings of my friend Alexa. I'm like, who needs that? Maybe everyone that knows her. I don't know.
You never know.
Maybe it's just for fun.
A lot of people own portraits of people that are not them.
I try to think about that sometimes when making prints here of a drawing of just someone. Like, why would they want this? But if it resonates visually, that does it. Mm-hmm. I would buy a drawing of a man with a mustache. Why not? Just a general man. Sure.
Yeah.
And I'd say my favorite local artist is Phil of Cute Tomatoes. I love.
I talked to him last week. What
That's
a cutie
great.
pie.
Yeah. I think he's great. paints really well. His like use of color and value, and he's like really capturing some spaces that like, I guess there's some drawing from things here that really resonates. Like he will paint lone wolf, which I also love to draw lone wolf, but he can put whatever cats in there and it really looks, I don't know, it's amazing. It was very creative.
Everybody loves a cat.
Yeah, I've got two.
What do you want to talk about that we haven't talked about?
I feel like we've talked about really what I do. It's funny having a podcast about visual media, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
So like, I wanted to show you my sketchbook, but that's not something I can show them.
We will put posts up, so we'll have a couple images.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just shoot me a couple things and we'll put that up so that everybody can see, and we'll link into your website and your social media account so people can check you out if they haven't seen your stuff before. I'm sure they
great.
have.
Sweet. I don't know. I feel like we've gone over my work, definitely.
How do we support you? Pitch your website, pitch your social media account.
Come to Chateau Nono.
There you go.
Yeah. I do walk-in portraits every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you want a drawing from me, the easiest way to get it is to come see me. I am working on getting an online shop going. Should be ready in January.
Cool.
But I will be doing portrait drops and stuff for people that aren't able to come here. But really the best way is here, because you can see it happen, and it's way more interesting and fun as opposed to messaging. You know, we get to chat and then you get a drawing instantly, pretty much. That's great.
All right. And what's the address here? What's the building here? What are the hours here for live drawings?
We are at Chateau Nono within One for the Road, so it's one house where every room is its own store. So I have one of them at 101 West 41st Street in the middle of Starland, like catty corner from Starland Yard and all that. And the shop is open if you want prints any day but Monday, 12 to 7. I'm here doing portrait walk-ins Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, if you're not here on the weekends, you can meet Brett, my assistant. It's awesome.
I love that, though. He seems very tall.
He's very tall for this very small room. That's definitely on our minds, but it's great. I have like rechargeable lights above the art on the walls pretty high up that I have to stand on furniture to get to. He can just reach it. It's amazing.
It was in the job description, must be tall enough to fix my lights.
I know for a 100 square foot room, it's kind of funny, but no, it works out.
It's a beautiful space, and you should definitely have people buy you doing murals in their house of this like line work.
Oh yeah,
Like this is a thing that people need.
Absolutely.
Well, because it would be so much work to put the
molding.
There you
yes,
go.
I painted kind of trompe l'oeil style trick of the eye faux molding in the room. So I've got decorative lines on the wall. It's
very cool.
Thank you.
Might need that in my house.
I've done a few things like that in my house also. See, the door has the like kind of fake. I have a flat door here, but I've painted it to look like it's fancier and dimensional.
Gentle listener,
Right?
I did not realize that was paint.
That's great. And I've done the same thing on the like back door of my house. So
that's
it comes home.
Cool. I truly did not realize that was paint.
Oh, that's cool.
Very cool.
It works.
It did.
Thank you.
Tricked.
Right?
Very cool. Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Aw. I love being here in the studio. It's such a nice place, and I should get down here more often.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys do First Friday openings?
We are open till 8 on First Fridays.
Ooh,
and
party.
often have vendors outside, or we have a guy who does like a Nigerian food pop-up outside often. Every Sunday he's here, and then on First Fridays often as well. It's great.
Very cool. So no excuse. Come on down to Starland to see Nono.
Exactly.
Thanks again to Nono Flores for sitting down with me to chat, showing me around her studio, and doing my portrait. I'll post that image on the show's social media accounts. It is super cute. I had intended to have another show for you next week prior to taking a break over the holidays, but the tech was working against me. Shout out to Allison Hall Phillips, another local illustrator and one of the founders of Dreamhouse Studios. She came out and did a full interview. It was great, but then the file was corrupted and lost. So I'll sit down with her again so you can all hear how amazing she is. I'll be on break until Wednesday, January 14th. I'll come back with Allison Hall Phillips, and then we'll have an episode with the Maxines, who are about to release their next album. And then we'll have another episode with local painter, my dear friend, and past host of the show, Tamara Garvey. She'll sit down with us to chat prior to the release of her next show at Gallery 2424. And you can check out her Instagram or this show's Instagram to see how you can contribute to a sound component of that upcoming exhibition that closes here in the next week. Thanks for everything, Savannah. See you next month.